Welcome to the ElfQuest Collector's Guide, showcasing a different collectible or unboxing video every other week. I'm your pack leader for this hunt, Mandy Roncalio-Meyer, or as I'm known around the ElfQuest web world as my elf self, Shadowfire. Today, we're going to be talking about the Dawning Starblaze editions. Now, before we actually start talking about these beautiful editions, I want to set the stage for my morning this morning a little bit, okay? So, I'm laying there in bed, cuddling with my hubby. My daughter comes in and cuddles with me, and we all wake up. We kind of just start doing our thing, getting dressed for the day. I throw on my ElfQuest shirt, and I go and I get a cup of coffee in my giant ElfQuest stein that I use as a coffee mug. And I take a drink, and I log on to my computer, go on the internet. I'm still kind of waking up. And the first thing I see is that the ElfQuest official page shared my channel. I am so fangirling and excited. My heart is just talking about it right now. I am so excited. The official page shared my channel, guys. This is so cool. So I'm a little excited. I'm a little fangirling. I had about a cup of that coffee already in that big stein, so I'm a little hyper. So, okay. So just wanted to set the stage for my morning and maybe explain why I'm so kind of smiley and hyper this morning. I'm really excited because they shared me, guys. Okay, let's get on to the actual episode. The Starblaze Dawning editions were published by the Starblaze Company, which is owned by the larger publishing company, Dawning, hence the name the Starblaze Dawning editions. They were published from 1981 to 1984, and were the first full-color release of ElfQuest, in which Wendy utilized watercolors for the vivid illustrations. Book 1 was published in October of 1981, and features commentaries from Andre Norton, Frank Thorne, C.C. Beck, and Marv Wolfman. According to the ElfQuest wiki, Wendy was actually unhappy with the paper quality of this specific book, but due to the beautiful watercoloring technique that she used to color the pages, it was very popular with fans, which led to better paper quality for the future books. Book 2 was published in June of 1982, and features commentaries from Paul Anderson and Mary Jo Duffy. Book 3 was published in June of 1983, and features commentaries from Boris Vallejo and Lynn Abbey. Book 4 was published in October of 1984 and features commentaries by Kay Reynolds. All first editions of the Starblaze Dawning softcovers have a cover price of $9.95, but they also come in special slip-cased hardcover editions, which I'll have to show in a future video when I either get them all or when I figure out how to have elf guests on my show. ComicBookRealm.com and other online comic book price guides have the current value listed at around $20, and for once I actually agree with what they say. That's about what I see it go for on eBay. These go for about $20 a piece, though you can occasionally find cheaper listings for around $10 to $15 if you keep a watchful eye out, folks. Also, if you're shopping around on eBay for these, make sure you don't get ratty copies. I've seen a lot of really ratty copies out there trying to be sold for like $30 or more, and that's a horrible price for a ratty copy. You can get good copies for the $20 price I'm talking about, folks, so just keep an eye out and make sure you get the good deals. The Starblaze Dawning copies are some of the most vied for and loved editions of the ElfQuest story, due to the beautiful watercolors that Wendy used within its pages, despite the legal battles that went on with the Starblaze Dawning Company, which led to its closure in 1989. For more info on that subject, check out this link right here. One of the reasons for those legal battles was that the Starblaze Dawning Company made unauthorized printings of the books, such as the digest-sized edition. Now this book is actually a lot harder to find. It was unauthorized and therefore it was actually recalled after it was printed. You can find these on eBay for around $45 a piece. Be careful if you're hunting for the official versions that you don't grab one of these on accident. The way you can tell the difference is, first of all, you can see this one is a lot smaller, but you can't always tell that in eBay listings. So what you need to look for is the title. The digest version, which was unauthorized and recalled, is titled Volume 1, where the official version is titled Book 1. So keep an eye out. If you're looking for these series, that's how you can tell them apart. Now I'd like to let my viewers know about a very special offer that Richard Pini, Elf Pop himself, is offering to the members of the ElfQuest Collectors Unite group on Facebook, which I am the admin for. Elf Pop is selling the original hand watercolored pages that Wendy did for these Starblaze editions. Each page is autographed by Wendy Pini, and some feature really cool fun bonuses on the back, such as shading practices or skin color tests. Prices vary depending on which page and how many that you order, but from what I've been told, they range from around $150 to $300 per page, with discounts for multiple pages purchased. These beautiful pages come directly from the creators, folks. There's no third party involved. The money goes directly to the artists, which from what I can tell is getting to be a very rare occurrence nowadays. There's always somebody who's trying to make money off of other people's artwork. Not this time. This money goes straight to Elf Mom and Elf Pop. My page is page 125 from book 3, and it was actually a thank you gift from Heather P. for all of my hard work in the ElfQuest Collectors Unite group. Everywhere from kicking out spammers to creating the hunting for list, which is actually dedicated to keeping a list of participating members' items that they are actually hunting for. And then if somebody posts in the group about that item for sale, we tag the people that are looking for that item. So it's been very helpful. It was just a quick idea I came up with, and so far it's been doing a lot of good in that group. So if you guys want, come on over, join us in the ElfQuest Collectors Unite group. We love helping each other build each other's collections. It's a lot of fun. We joke around. So come on over, guys. I'll add a link in the description, and I'll add the address in annotation right there. I was completely blown away when I received this page, and I honestly treat it kind of like a trophy of thanks from the people that I love to help. I absolutely love helping other ElfQuest fans, and for me to receive a gift like this just for helping was absolutely amazing. I am completely blown away, and thank you so much, Heather P., for giving me this gift. I absolutely adore it. I know I always say in my videos, oh, I love this, oh, my favorite that, but if you asked me what my absolute favorite piece of my collection was, this. It's this. Not just because it's ElfQuest, not just because it was hand-painted by Wendy herself, but because of how I received it. I'm getting chills and a little choked up just talking about it, but it means so much to me, and I want to thank Heather P. very, very much for this. It means a lot to me, and I'm kind of speechless still over the gifting of it, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'll stop rambling on now. I'm just very grateful. These pages seem to be going pretty fast, so if you want to get your own, go check out the ElfQuest Collectors Unite group on Facebook. I'll add a link down in the description below, and I'll put an annotation with the address right up here. Alright folks, time for this week's Q&A session. Zookeeper615 asked under my previous video, we need the Dark Horse bust conspiracy theory. Never have I ever seen any of the busts with a number over 1,000. Where are they? Were they made? And I gotta say, I don't recall seeing anybody with any of the 3 busts say that they have a number over 1,000. So I'm putting the question out there to you, my viewers. Have you known of anybody, or do you have one of the 3 busts that has a number of over 1,000? If you do, leave a comment down below and let us know. Marco VB on Facebook actually asked me 2 questions this time. First, do we know why they changed from the versions with the full cover prints to the covers with the circle and the portrait of one character? Well, the answer's fairly simple, Marco. After the legal battles that resulted in the Starblaze Dawning Company closing in 1989, Wendy and Richard still wanted to publish the ElfQuest stories, and so they decided to do so under their own publishing company of Father Tree Press. And that's what these are. And secondly, what was your first collectible, besides collecting the story issues? My first collectible that wasn't a comic was actually what rekindled my love for ElfQuest, and that was the Space Fest 4 promo from 2012. Yes, guys, I've only been building this collection for 4 years, okay? So look what you can do in 4 years with a good eye, a good nose, and a ton of patience. I started collecting again right around that time because it was then that I moved into the house that I live in now. And this house is family owned, so I have no intentions of ever leaving it. It was right around that time that I found ElfQuest on Facebook, and that's when I saw that ElfPop was selling their extra Space Fest 4 promos. And I went, oh my gosh, ElfQuest is still around! I gotta check this out and start collecting it! And sure enough, I got the Space Fest 4 promo not too long either before or after that, I can't exactly remember which. I found an amazing deal on Etsy of all places. I ended up getting, let's see, I had to make a list because I forgot exactly what all I got, but I ended up getting the Warp Graphics editions, so like the full 21 set, the Heroine Showcase, the first edition of the Gatherum, the RPG by KSCM and all of its extra books for it, and a few other loose collectibles for only $30 on Etsy! Etsy of all places for ElfQuest collectibles. So after I got my Space Fest promo, I spent $30 and got a nice little collection started right there. The rest is history, folks. I just kind of went a little crazy, maybe, and had to buy everything with ElfQuest that I could find. And I'm still like that! That's not bad, right? That first amazing deal on Etsy set my nose to sniffing, and now look at my collection, guys. It's huge. It's grown quite large since I started collecting 4 years ago. You guys can't even see, I have an entire shelf of ElfQuest stuff right here off camera that you guys can't see. I'll show it in a later video sometime, but not today. But it goes from right about here, right around the bottom of my camera frame, all the way to the roof. So, and it's all ElfQuest, all of it. One of these days, I'll show it to you guys. I call it my shelf of 2 moons. Stay tuned. My next episode is going to showcase the Dark Horse Deluxe Cutter Statue Tin and Pin Set. So if you have any questions about it, make sure you get them down in the comment section below. That's it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you learned some cool new info about items from our favorite fandom, ElfQuest. Please join me and the rest of the tribe in the many ElfQuest-based fan groups around Facebook, including the official fan group called ElfQuest, as well as the ElfQuest Collectors Unite group, of which I'm the administrator for. I'll add some links down in the description below. Also, don't forget to get your questions or your suggestions down in the comments section below for next week's Q&A session, or on Facebook in one of the many ElfQuest-based groups. Until next time, shade and sweet water, and happy hunting. Bye!